The skill set of video editing is insanely variable now that everything is online and videos. This is something that actually got me making some money online. So if you want to learn Adobe Premiere Pro in 2023, then this video is for you. I know how overwhelming to start learning a new editing software, so I believe that this video is going to help. My name is Solomon and thank you very much for clicking. Alright, let's get into it. So first of all, when you open up Adobe Illustrator, this is how the interface is like. You can create a new project here. You can also open your project here as well. So let's start by creating a new project. So I'll click on open, and then you can name your project over here. Let's say Solos Project. Then from here you click on create or click on OK. So this is how Premiere Pro Workspace look like. So let's start importing some videos and audios into our clip. So first of all, let's right click here and then create a new bin. Okay, so we are creating a folder and we can name this folder as maybe videos from camera. Okay, and then the next one is also going to be video from laptop, so laptop screen, and also b-rolls. So you can continue to name your folders, and maybe let's create one more audio. So let's start importing some content. So let's first of all import some audio. So I have these audios. Let me import one of these. So I'll click and drag this one into Premiere Pro and leave it into the folder. Then let's go back and import some of the footages. So let's import this. So you can select like 3, or like you can select one, or you can select multiple of them. So you can double click on a folder to open it, or you can also click on this one to go back. Okay, then also I'll import some of the footages from the camera. So let's import these guys. Then also let's import some of the b-rolls. The next thing is to create your sequence. Okay, so to create your sequence, you can either click on this button over here, okay, to create a new sequence. So you can click on it, or you can right click on any of the project space and you click on new item. Okay, then with a new item you select sequence and you click on OK. So here you can open some of the presets available and then you use, or you can also come to settings over here and then you set your frame rate 1920 by 1080, and also you can choose a frame per second over here. So let's choose 25 frames per second. Then I'll click on OK. I will leave the rest as it is and click on OK. So from here, let me take you through some of the workspace of Premiere Pro. So from here you can see that we have our project panel, we have our sequence over here, and also we have our playback where we are going to play back our videos, and also we have our control panels, and also you can come to this guy over here, window, and then you go to workspace and you can select, maybe if you want to add effect to your videos, you can come here. If you want to edit audio, you can select audio. So if you want to assemble, you can click on assemble. So let's select assemble, but let's go back to editing mode. Okay, and also if your screen is not looking like mine whilst you are in editing workspace, we can reset this one to the original. So reset to save layout and you will get back to where we are now. Okay, so from here let's import some of the footages that we just brought into our timeline. So here is our timeline. So I'll go to my laptop screen and then import this video over here. So you can just click and drag it over here. Okay, and then I'll click on change sequence settings, okay, to match our sequence. So you can see that we have our footage over here. Okay, Then from here we can also select this one and go to this guy over here, that's effect controls. Okay, so if you have your footage, maybe it is in like this but it is small, it is not fitting, you can use the scale button here to either scale it to fit or make it small. Okay, and you can also use this position to change the position on how it is. And as for every program, if you want to undo, Control Z to undo, Control Z to undo to go back to the original. Okay, and also let me go back and import some of our camera shots over here. So another way to import images into your timeline is to double click on the footage to open at the source. Okay, so this is the source. So you would look at your content before importing into the timeline. So let's say the video start from here, and you can click on this play button to play it. Okay, so maybe if you want to import this so at your source, you can import a certain footages, like not the complete. So maybe I want to import from here, so I'll click on I, or I'll just click on this guy over here. Okay, and maybe I want to end over here, I can either click here or click on O on my keyboard. Okay, then from here I can just click and drag maybe video only, or I can also click and drag audio only. Okay, so if you click and drag audio to this place, it's not going to fit unless you bring it to here. Okay, all right, you can also just click all the source, okay, and bring it here, and it is going to bring the in and out that you just cut. Okay, so that both of them is going to come to your timeline. All right, next is going to be main part and sections. Okay, so some of the essential tools that you are going to use is this guy over here called the selection tool. You can click on V to also select that. Okay, so you can use this V, you can use the selection tool, okay, to move clips to a place. Okay, and also maybe you want to cut some of these guys over here. Okay, you want the video to start from here, you can use this guy over here called the eraser tool to select that guy, and you click on delete. Okay, and also you see that we have left some space over here, so you can also use this guy over here to zoom in and zoom out. Okay, you can also use the Control plus and Control minus to zoom in and zoom out. Okay, so you can just use the Control, you can use the plus and the minus to zoom in and zoom out. Okay, so let's zoom in, and maybe we don't want to leave this place over here, so we can right click and click on ripple delete. Okay, you can also, maybe if you select a part here, you can also click on Q to delete to the left side. Okay, and let's say maybe if I have cut here, as well. So let's say if I'm in the middle and I want to erase this part, I can click on W on my keyboard to cut some part out. So the most important tools that you are going to use is the cut tool to remove some part of the content that you don't want. So maybe I don't want this section, I can just select the eraser tool, cut this place, and then move it to a section. Maybe I want it to start from here, I'll also cut this guy over here, then I'll click on delete. And also let me select my selection tool, click on V, and also if you hold down what is called ripple delete, so you're going to delete the main clip and also delete the empty space. Okay, so these are some of the basic tools that I want you to be familiar with. All right, so the next section is going to be forwarding some part of our clip. Okay, so I'm going to show you how you can speed up some of your clip and also slow down some of your clip. Okay, so maybe I want to speed up this clip. So with this clip selected, I can right click on it. Okay, and then I'll go through these guys over here, and I'll locate this guy called speed/duration. Okay, so this guy over here, so click on it, and if I click on it, first of all, I'm going to slow my content down, so let's leave it at 50% and click on OK. You see that when I start to, so you can see that it is playing small. So let's say if you want to mute an audio in your footage, you can come to here and you click on this guy here to mute these audios. Okay, so I have 2 audios, that's why I'm muting them. So let me play back again, and you can see no audio is playing. And also, if I want to fast forward it, right click on it and then you select the duration and /speed. Click on it, and let's leave it at 350. Click on OK. So if I play it back, you are going to see that I am talking very fast over here. Okay, all right. So next section, we are looking at how to add transitions and effects into our clips. So let's say, let me go back over here. So you can click this guy here to go back. And let's say I want to add some of the B-rolls. So I'll just click and drop. So I'll just click and move this guy over here. So you see that we have a transition from here to here. So I want to, add a transition from here. So you can go to either come to effect over here. So we can select effects from here, and then we can play with the effect, or you can come to window and then workspace and you select effects from here. Okay, so I'll click on effects, and then I'm going to have a whole section of effects over here instead of using this place. Okay, so from here, let's first of all try the transition. So I'll open the video transition and let's say dissolve, and let's click and drag one of the dissolve to here. So I'll just leave it over here and see. So all that you need to do is to just click and drop that. Okay, so let's click and drop this one here. So let's drop this guy over here. Okay, and then you can come back and you click on playback and you see the transition. Okay, and also let's go to effects, video effects, and add a video effect. So let's say you want to add blur. So I'll go to blur and sharpen and add a camera blur, or let's say a Gaussian blur to some of the content. So let me come a bit forward, and then I'll break this part. So I'll select my eraser tool. You can click on C shortcut, and then I'll just click and drop this guy over here, and see, you can see that nothing changes because we have to change, or we have to apply changes to the controls. Okay, so here is the effect controls. I'll select my effect controls over here, and then when you go all the way down, you are going to see the blur. Here is the Gaussian blur that we added. So the blur amount, the blurriness amount is 0, 0. So if I increase it, you can see it has blurred. Okay, so let's start the content from here, and I'll click on my space bar to play, and you can see that it has started to play. Okay, and also if your computer is not good enough to play back, you can reduce the resolution to play your video back. Okay, so if you leave it at full mode, it's going to play at a full resolution, which is going to make your machine drags. So you can also reduce it to half, or you can reduce it to 1/4, which is going to reduce the resolution for you to play back. Okay, but at the end of the day, when you export it, it's going to play the normal way that you want it to play. Okay, so that is how you can add effects to your content. Okay, let's say you want to add audio. So we have our content already here. So let's go back to our editing mode. You can also just click on editing here to come back from the effects. Okay, control panel. So we are back at the editing workspace. Okay, so from here, let's go back to our media, our project. So I'll click on these 3 dots here and select my project, and then I'll open my audio, and I have this music that I want to add. So you just have to click and drag this. You cannot add it here because it's not a video clip, so you just have to add it over here, and then when you start playing, you can hear that the music is coming out. Okay, so that is how you can simply add an audio to your clips. Okay, you can move it, you can move it back. Okay, you can also increase the size of, like, if you want to view inside and you want to see what is inside, you can come here and then you open it up. Okay, and you see what is actually going inside, and you can also use this button here to scroll down and scroll up. You can also increase the volume of your content by using these guys over here. Okay, you can see this guy over here. You can use it to increase your volume or reduce the volume. You can also go to effect control with this one selected. Okay, this guy selected as your audio, and when you are at the effect controls, you can see volume. So you can use this guy over here to increase the level of the volume. Okay, so let's say we want to increase it, you can see that it is moving this bar up, and we can just reduce the audio back as well. So that is how you can edit audio in Premiere Pro. So the next one is going to be about color grading. Okay, so let's say you want to color grade this your content, but we don't have enough time to do that. But let me show you how you can use LUT, that's lookup tables, to edit your videos. So when you come to your effect panel, you are going to see lumetri preset. Okay, so you can use one of these presets over here, okay, to edit your content. But first of all, we need to add something. So let's go back to our project. Okay, then you right click and you add a new item. Then the new item is going to be adjustment. So okay, I'll select adjustment layer, and then make sure it is the same as your sequence. Okay, the one that we created. So from here, I'll click and drag this one here. You can increase how length you want this or how shorter you want this one. Okay, and then when you go back to our effect controls, or when you go back to our effect, we can click and drag these clips or these effects to it, so you can see this was before and after. Okay, so let me click and drag another one. So let's click and drag this one over here. So this is how it is and without it. Okay, so you can use this one to apply some colors to your content. So you can go to your effect controls to delete it. So this is what we have just added. You can just click on this guy here to go back. Okay, and then let's add this one. So I'll click and drag this guy over here to add it. So let's see, this is the effect, and when I click on this one, you see that it's supposed to go, or you can just right click and you delete it. So let's delete this guy. So I'll click on clear, simply delete this guy over here. So you select it and you click on delete. So you can see it is not there anymore. So let me add a new adjustment and show you guys what I wanted to show you. So let's go back to effects, and then let's add another one. So this is it. So you can click on this eyeball here to toggle with before. This is before and this is after. Okay, so that is how you can color grade your footages in Premiere Pro. Okay, so with all this said, maybe you have done editing your videos and you want to export your videos, but before that, let me quickly combine what I have taught you to. So to add this is very simple. Just come here and then you select this guy over here. Okay, so I'll click on that. Okay, and with my text selected, just come here and type whatever that you want to type. So I'll just type something. By the way, please, if you're enjoying this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Okay, and also leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think about this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Alright, so this is our test, and we can go to graphics mode over here, okay, or you can go to window and then workspace, and you select graphics, okay, to edit your test. Okay, so at here I'll go to edit. Okay, we have some preset as well that you can use, but let's go to text, let's go to edit, and from here we can use these guys over here to align this one to center, and also align this one to the middle center. Okay, so you see that it is in the middle. You can also put it at the top, you can also bring it at the down as well. So let's put it at the center, and you can also use this guy over here to change the position where you want to position it, or you can just come here and select and move it around. Okay, so you can see that the figures is changing over here as well. You can use this guy over here to reduce the opacity of your text and also increase the opacity of the text. And also you can change the font name over here. So let's say I would like to change it to my favorite font, Open Sans. And also you can use this guy over here to change how bold your text is. So let's use the semi bold. And also you can increase the text size over here. Okay, so you can use this guy to do that. We can align left, so whatever that you would like to do, you can do over here. And also you can bolden your text, italic, like you can do whatever that you want to do. If it's a small case, you can click on this guy to make it uppercase. Okay, you can also click on it back to go back. Okay, so you can do a lot of things over here. You can change the fill color from here by selecting a new color. So let's say we want this type of color, so we can just quickly select that, click on OK. We can add stroke over here, so you just click on this guy over here, change the color for the stroke. Let's keep the white, and we can increase the figure for the stroke. Okay, and also we can add backgrounds to this one, so we can just click here to add the background. You can change the color of the background. So let's say we want to use this as our background. We can increase the size of it. We can also toggle with the opacity of the background as well. So this is a straightforward thing that you can do. Okay, so let me align this one to the center again. And so let me click on the play button for you guys to see. Alright, so from here you can also add transition to your text. Alright, so from here maybe you are okay with your editing and you like to export. Maybe I want to export this section to maybe this place. So I'll just click on I on my keyboard, and then I'll come to the end of the clip and I'll click on O. Okay, so only this portion is going to export. Then from here you go to edit. Then from here you go to file over here, you click on it and you come to export. Then you select media. If you want to reduce the size of your export, this is 21 megabytes, you can reduce this one to maybe 5. And when you click outside, it's going to reduce the size of the export amount. Then from here you can, but note that as you reduce the amount of this guy over here, then you are reducing the quality level of the video. Okay, so if you want a very high quality content, at the end of the day, make sure you keep it higher. Okay, maybe 10 to 15, and then you click on export. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. If you feel like you have learned a lot from this video, please make sure you click on the subscribe button. Not just subscribing, turn on the post notification bell, and also see other videos for beginners such as Photoshop and Illustrator over here. You can click on any of these guys here to learn from me. Until next time, keep creating and never give up.